4. So it was only really one mistake from Ali Carter there that left that easy red on, so he was breaking off in frame 2, hoping to keep things a little bit tighter this frame. Got to be so careful not to catch the jaws on that safety shot, and just missed the jaws by a fraction. Got to be a little bit careful here. He's playing this safety shot. He will be pushing red towards the right-hand corner. That's okay.
Clever safety shot there. He knew he was going to be pushing reds towards the corner, so he decided to commit fully to that. Not playing it thin. Played it thick. All of a sudden he's presented Ali Carter with a problem now. Not being able to get back down the left-hand side of the table. So all likelihood that Ali will be trying to get some type of safety shot to the top cushion unless he can see a path back. Well, what a shot that was. An element of safety in the shot. It was played as a sort of semi-shot to nothing. Obviously the ball he played, he could have left had it wobbled. So now you can just about see the green, perhaps with a bit of swerve.
Green ball. Ali Carter 1.
Key with that safety shot, of course, is to cover the reds up below the pink. I'm not too sure whether he can get the one next to the black. He may be able to just flick that one. He's not had a look at it yet. Well, he's having a look at the one next to the black. So maybe he feels he can get through to it. Could have played that shot much better, but there's one sticking out. It's another tempter for Ali Carter, but there's no colour on really, unless you can get the white up in between pink and blue and leave that choice. You just know that if you don't start knocking the long ones in, Judd Trump's going to attempt them at some stage. I suppose in fairness has been pretty lucky to get away with that. The double kiss helped.
Has Judd seen a plant? Yeah. Nailed on this. Absolutely nailed on this. Red's going to go all over the place, and it's more or less a guaranteed certainty. There's my opinion.
Let me say this: you wouldn't play this if it was your life depended on it.
If this is nailed on and he fancies it's the right potting angle, he's just got to play to putt the first one. I mean,
absolutely. I'm not saying he won't play it.
You're
I'm just saying you wouldn't
play
play it. No.
Well, I don't know. Obviously, it's not nailed on. Otherwise, he'd have played it.
I rest my case.
Oh, I don't know. What's he looking at here? He's looking at red onto another red on. Is he going to play the red by the blue onto the plant area, screw back to balk?
You've lost me now.
I reckon could end up a 3 or 4 ball plant here.
Well, stand by your beds. There's something going to happen here. And what is it? Snooker behind the yellow, Steve. Why don't you call that shot? Brilliant.
Still not so sure he had it on his mind, but perfect control of the cue ball. And now, Ali Carter is in heaps of trouble. Can he get to the red on the top cushion somehow? 2 cushion escape, similar to the one he played earlier in the first frame.
I don't think he can get there, Steve. He brushed by the red in the first time and it cost him 120. If he brushes by this one, it'll cost him a lot more. See, I don't think he could get to the left-hand side of it, which he wanted. Now, the only way he could have got away with that if he's left this dead straight, which he may have done.
Well, the yellow's very gettable anyway for Judd Trump, should he not choose to try and get the cue ball out into open play. You'd fancy even if he left it tight on the cushion, the cue ball, he'd be fancying the pot on the yellow. Oh, what a great shot.
1.
Oh, he's apologised, he's got away with it. Massive positional fluke.
Oh, I've just seen Ali Carter's head drop there. I mean, it's entitled to drop there. I mean, that is a massive bit of good fortune.
Well, he tried to make something happen.
8.
He was hoping, obviously, that the yellow was always going to be an option.
9.
But how do you feel if you're Ali Carter? Now the frame's opened up.
Obviously, the red next to the black is causing a problem. That could be... Oh, he's not got hold of that.
15.
Wow, what a reprieve that is for Ali Carter. He must have felt like he was going to lose the frame at that visit where the balls are. He's not on this black. Tried to just stun it dead and ran through that 2 or 3 inches. Very careless. It is a new cloth and cushions for as both these players come into the second session here, so maybe the table's reacting slightly different.
Blue ball.
Got the possibility of trying to get the cue ball in behind the yellow again. Decided against that.
Judge Frame 15.
I think it's a better judgment of a safety shot that to get the cue ball behind the yellow from the blue was a risk, really, and he would have left Ali Carter with an easier safety shot than the one he's got now. So burying that cue ball in the centre of the table with the spread of balls has given him a problem. Still on the back foot here, isn't he? Well, he's playing sort of containing stuff at the moment.
This has not really had much of a chance yet, has he, Ali? Potted a very good red and had to play safe because he wasn't nicely on the black, and everything since then has been safety. I'm not too sure whether he's left the gap for this red. Pot an angle of the red in the middle. I think he has. It's amazing, isn't it? We're talking about fractions here. And that may be the only place he can't cut the yellow in from.
And he potted it so positively. Sneaky little roll up behind the yellows. Not easy to get a snooker from. Not easy to get one from the brown either. The balls will separate quite a lot on these thin cloths.
Judge Frame 1.
That's a pretty decent effort. Has he covered the one to the right of the table? Looks like Ali Carter can get through to the left-hand side of that fractionally. And so he would have a chance to play the cue ball straight up and down the table. Down past the green. Unless he can't see enough of it. If he can't, he's got to come back to the ball via a screw shot. Well,
Thank you.
he must be feeling very aggrieved at the moment at the run of the ball.